This is the Angels Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Angels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Ooh, give me one of these. Oh, I wish I had a broom. Hello, I can't even start it right. I'm too fired up. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast. Coming at you live, as always, after every single Angels game and after three big ones in a row here on the Locked On Angels YouTube channel, both live and after the fact, both on the channel and wherever you get the Locked On Angels audio podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area, spent not one, not two, not three, but 4 years covering UCLA sports. You guys have got me laughing already. Oh, man. And now in year two with the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Our team. It's the Angels, baby. And the Angels pick up a sweep. I wish I had the broom. I'm at work. You guys are making me laugh. Franny Pack says Gavin Loki looks like he's filming in a broom closet. Hilarious. They said he's looking for a broom. I don't have one. I'm at work, but I am fired up as the Angels complete the sweep. And I'm going to come out and say it right now. Completing the sweep that I called. I called this sweep, folks. I called this. And for once, I called something that happened. I didn't have a reverse jinx. I didn't jinx us. And the Angels pick up a huge sweep. Gavin in the basement. You guys have me dying. Angel Antonio says, I miss your mini broom. It'll be back hopefully very soon after another sweep. But yes, a 6-run, sixth inning. The Angels only scored in 1 inning in this ball game, but all 6 come in the 6th inning to help the Angels pick up a 6-5 win at the Big A to sweep the A's to move into a tie for second in the AL West, to move 1 game back of being 500. Oh, man, it feels great. Feels great. Shout out to everybody in here. A huge crowd, despite it being 4:12 p.m. Apparently, you guys aren't busy at work, or at least a lot of you aren't. So I am here at work, was able to, skirt off away and do the show for you guys as always. But huge win on a day game. Wasn't sure if we were going to get some day game shenanigans. It's always weird when you play at 1 p.m. in the middle of the week. And surely enough, there was a lot of weird stuff that happened in this ball game. 10 hits for the A's. 9 hits for the Angels, 11 combined runs. There's walks everywhere. There's hit by pitches everywhere. There's errors. There's umpires giving the Angels a break for once. There's ejections. A whole lot of stuff happened in this ball game. Wow, this is actually pretty cool. I'm reading the comment section right now. Someone says he works for Graveyard. Someone else says he has the day off. Okister says, I'm heading to work. It's 8:15 in Japan. I didn't know I had people watching from Japan. So shout out to everybody in here. The vibes are great as the Angels pick up another win. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. And this is the most obvious one of all time, but let's get right into America's favorite segment.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Of course, it's the turning point when you score 6 runs in 1 inning. What else are you going to talk about? If you miss this game, the A's put up 3 in the first 4 innings, a run in the first, a run in the third, a run in the fourth. Kyle Hendricks was not terrible, but he certainly didn't have his A-game stuff. The A's able to score on 3 of the first 4 innings. The Angels, on the other hand, didn't really do anything offensively. They had a one hit from Mike Trout in the first inning, 1, 2, 3 in the second, 1, 2, 3 in the third, another hit from Mike Trout in the fourth. But other than that, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in the fifth, right? So going into the 6th inning, it's just Mike Trout and nothing else. And it's 3-0 A's at this point. JP Sears has been absolutely dealing for the A's, but then the 6th inning happens. And you have to give credit where credit is due. I've been so critical. I always say it of d'Arnaud, of Chris Taylor, of others. Kevin Newman. I mean, everyone in the Angels fan base has been giving Kevin Newman straights all season long. But you got to give him credit. He had multiple hits in this one, and he starts off our only scoring inning of the ball game with the leadoff single. He hit a line drive, inner center field, hard hit ball, first pitch fastball. The same way it was a first pitch fastball hit for a home run by d'Arnaud yesterday. A first pitch fastball gets the inning started by Kevin Newman, an unsung hero. Then Neto makes it back-to-back base hits. Sean with the rare strikeout. At this moment, they choose to bring in Grant Holman for JP Spears, and things got interesting from there. Mike Trout gets walked. to give the Angels their first, or to give Mike Trout his third trip on base. But more importantly, it was an egregious call. If you missed the game, they called ball four on a fastball up and in that got all of the plate. I mean, all of the plate. If you look at the MLB.com strike zone, not a single bit of that ball is not solely in the strike zone. So the Angels got very lucky here that it's ball four to Mike Trout instead of strike three. It would have been a very different story. It would have been first and second with 2 outs for Taylor Ward. Instead, it's 1 out, bases juiced for Taylor Ward. And then the Angels get another gift, a 1-2 pitch thrown right at Taylor Ward's elbow, hit by pitch to score a run. And from there, Jorge Soler comes in the ball game, or comes up to hit. We know how bad he has been, and he takes a 2-2 fastball from Holman right down the middle, and he hits a hard ground ball up the middle. Neto scores, Trout scores. It's 3-3. So let's not act like that, missed call by the ump wasn't huge, right? But let's also not act like the Angels did not earn this, right? You have 2 singles and a walk before you get the hit by pitch, and then Soler comes through with the huge single. And like Scott Wilson correctly says here, at the end of the day, you got to take advantage of mistakes, both mistakes on pitches in the zone and mistakes by the umps, right? The Angels have had so many things go against them this year and all the time, right? So you got to take advantage when for once you get a gift. And the Angels got a gift, and they took advantage not just to score these 3 runs to tie the game, but the best part of the whole game is that they kept it going. JP Sears got ejected at this point. Then they bring in Osvaldo Bido to replace Holman, but the runs kept coming for the Angels. Travis d'Arnaud comes up first and third with 1 out, sac fly opportunity, and instead of grounding into a double play, hits a deep fly ball to center, easy sac fly. That makes it 4-3. And then the man of the hour, and yes, I don't care if this was his only hit of the ball game. This right here is enough for Jo Adell to be out.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Another guy that has received so much criticism, and again, rightfully so. He's struggled at the plate all year. Last year, he was an above-average right fielder, a Gold Glove finalist. This year, he's playing a lot of center field. He's been below average in center field. He's got a handful of errors. He's been below average at the plate, but not as of late. And so I know it was only 1 swing for Jo Adell here, but this was the biggest swing of the ball game. A 2-run shot, his 13th homer of the season, 422 feet, and an impressive swing, right? A 2-2 four-seam fastball. It caught a decent amount of the plate, but 2-2, you're up there to protect. Oh, he did not just protect. He hits it 111 exit velo, 422-foot bomb, deep left field, off a 95-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. And that turns a 4-3 lead into a 6-3 lead. And again, we've seen this happen many times this year. One of the main differences with the Angels this year is when they score a few, they're able to turn a few into a lot. And every single time they do that, you end up needing the runs, right? Let's not forget, the Angels won this game 6-5. They did give up 2 runs immediately in the 7th inning after this inning, right? So if it was just 4-3, the Angels would have lost this game, or likely would have lost this game. This 2-run shot from Jo Adell ends up being the biggest swing of the ball game. Obviously, Jorge Soler's 2 RBI single, the second biggest swing of the ball game, right? But you needed every run you could get in this one, and Jo Adell deserves the credit. He, like Shawnuel, has been absolutely on fire lately, while other guys have been struggling, right? Soler's been struggling. We know that Ohapi's been struggling. We know that Renjifo's been struggling, right? Trout had a hot stretch, then kind of fell off. Jo Adell, he's never going to hit for average. At this point, I think we can all agree with that. But what he has done is he's become a guy you can rely on to give you a big swing pretty consistently at this point. I mean, I say he's on fire. He's only hitting 261 in his last 7 games, but in his last 15, 333 average. The main thing, the on-base percentage, well over 400, and the slugging percentage, 813. He's got 7 home runs in his last 15 games. He's been absolutely scorching. 22 RBIs in his last 15, or 14 RBIs, in his last 15 games as well. So yes, the strikeouts are still high. Yes, the average in the last 7 isn't even that high or anything, but the guy is coming through with big swings, big home runs, and always in big moments, either in big innings or late in games when you need him to. So Jo Adell deserves so much credit. One of the biggest swings of the season for him, a guy who's had very many big swings this year. And like you're saying here, absolutely, Dave T, you are so right. He's a humble guy, right? He's a classy, humble guy. He's down to earth. He's had so much pressure put on him by so many people, by the franchise when they took him, in the draft, putting so much faith in him, and he hasn't fully delivered, right? But he's been good enough to continue to be given opportunities, and he's finally starting to go and take advantage of the talent that he has, right? So I, like you, James, and like so many others, I have faith that he can turn, is he ever going to be, a five-tool superstar? I don't think so. But can he be a guy that instead of hitting 210 with an occasional home run, is hitting 250 with a lot of home runs and an above average glove and an above average arm with above average speed? Absolutely. And that's a very valuable piece. So shout out to him. And then Garrett is not letting me forget. Larry's not letting me forget. And we are going to do it after the break. We have to talk about another honorable mention for player of the game, right? Let's not forget Soler had the 2 RBI swing, like we said, Jo Adell with the 2 RBI home run. And this was a game where every single person in the lineup contributed. Hits for Neto, Sharnwell, Trout, Soler, Adell, Rengifo, and Newman. The only 2 guys who did not get hits, d'Arnaud and Ward, but guess what? They each had an RBI as well. So everybody contributed offensively. And after the break, we'll talk about the guys who contributed on the mound and one guy in particular. We'll do that after our break here on another victory edition and on a sweep edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast. I'll be right back. Now, on this Wednesday, today's show is brought to you by Monarch Money. If you ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? You're not alone. I'll tell you that much. Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in. Your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. For example, when I started using Monarch, I realized how much money I was spending on not just food takeout, but in all honesty, everything, right? I spend on food takeout. I spend a lot on supplements in addition to the things you have to spend on: gas, groceries, stuff like that. But now I budget smarter and save more. And instead of juggling multiple apps to figure it all out, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track your spending, and even plan your long-term goals all in one place. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. Today's show is also brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. If you need help with an order, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Back here live on a victory edition and sweep edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast. The Angels have won another game. They win 3 in a row against those darn Athletics to pick up the sweep, a sweep that I not only said we needed, I did not only come into this series saying that this was a huge series. Some would have felt like it's not a big deal. This is a team that's no good. You're playing against a team that's no good. Why does this series matter? No. This is a huge opportunity before a huge, difficult 7-game road trip against the Orioles and Yankees. Huge opportunity to truly put yourself in the mix for the AL West. Put yourself in the mix for the AL wildcard. But more importantly, give guys confidence, give guys belief that they can get back on track. We saw what Kikuchi did 2 days ago to get back on track, to finally get his second win of the season. We saw what Soriano did yesterday to get back on track. We're seeing what Adell is doing. We're seeing what Sharnwell's doing. We're seeing what Neto's doing. We're seeing what Trout did today. We are doing what we need to do in this series to gain confidence and also move up the standings. It has been a huge series. And for once, I called it. I said it was going to be a huge series, and I said we were going to sweep. We did both. We will absolutely take it. And we talked about the huge reason the Angels won this game. Obviously, it is, without a doubt, the 6-run sixth inning. You win 6-5. All of your runs come in that inning. Obviously, that's the reason you won this game. But we have to talk about the pitching. Some good, some bad, to be honest. It was an average start from Kyle Hendricks. I thought he did a good job managing, the things he ran into. Just one walk. And this is something I want Soriano and Kwanowitz to learn, is that Kyle Hendricks, he gave up 7 hits. He only had 3 strikeouts. But what separates him from Kwanowitz right now is he's not giving up 7 hits and 5 walks, right? He's giving up 7 hits and just a walk. He gave up a home run, but it was only a solo shot. And so despite a home run and 7 hits, you only give up 3 runs. Only 2 of them are earned because of the error from Taylor Ward, and you went 6 innings. So you did your job. The bullpen, Zephyr John gives up 2 earned runs. It's been difficult to get a real sense of what we're going to get from Zephyr John. Luckily, it did not matter. Brock Burke came in and got 1 out. He also walked a guy. Brogdon came in. This was a big inning for Brogdon in the 8th inning, a guy who's been very up and down himself. To have an inning where he gives up just 1 hit in a 1-run game, get out of it scoreless. You love to see it. And then Reid Detmers. What can he say at this point? He comes in. He's now this pseudo additional closer. Comes in and gets a huge save here, his 2nd of his career, and just making it look easy right now. Let's be honest. He comes in, strikes out the first guy he sees, gets weak contact, and then strikes out the last guy to end the game. Reid Detmers has been unbelievable as of late. We're going to quickly go through his game log because he certainly deserves credit. His ERA is still high because of what's happened earlier in the season. But if you look at Reid Detmers in the month of June, and remember what we said. Remember what we said coming into the month of June. We said, let's hope that this change of the calendar is going to help some guys. It certainly helped guys offensively, but it's helped guys in our pitching staff as well. And Reid Detmers is the best example. Since the turn of the calendar, he has not given up a run. This guy's pitched 6 innings in 6 games, and he's not given up a run. And it's been very simple for him. Only 3 hits. He gave up 2 hits and a walk against the Red Sox, but was able to get out of that. And then after that, it's been almost perfect for him. A perfect inning with 2 strikeouts to get his first career save against the Red Sox, then just 1 walk and 2 strikeouts in that inning against the Mariners. His next outing against the Mariners, 1 hit, but 2 strikeouts. And then his last 2 outings have been literally perfect. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, no base runners against the A's yesterday, and then today. 2 strikeouts, no base runners. He's been lights out. And that dropped his ERA all the way. His ERA on May 7th was 10.05. It's now down to 5.22. Obviously he's going to have to pitch more innings like this to get it lower and lower, but who cares? Right now, again, we don't want to get into the debates about should he start or not. I think it's a very valid debate. I think it's something that I know Mike and John are going to talk about in the Daily Show. And personally, I'm kind of up in the air. One day I say, man, he looks so good. We know he's better than Kwanowitz right now. Let's get him in the rotation. Part of me is like, man, he looks so good in the bullpen that he's just becoming one of the most valuable relievers in the entire American League right now. Let's be honest. He has been absolutely money. So, my coworker, who I always bring up, Big Mike, Big Mike is crazy. Michael Nadeau, he's the man. Fellow Angels fan, he says, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now I'm starting to agree with him. If it ain't broke with Reid Detmers, don't fix it. Let him continue to cook in the bullpen. He's been phenomenal. And despite what you get, guys like Zephyr John have been up and down. Guys like Burke have been up and down. Brogdon, certainly up and down. Even Kenley Jansen, let's be honest, he's been up and down. Right now, the only surefire pitcher who's going to get it done every time right now in the bullpen is Reid Detmers. So you get some confidence there knowing whether you need him to get you an inning and a half, right? Or to get you 1 perfect inning in the 9th inning or in the 10th inning, right? With a guy on second base. No matter what, he's going to get the job done right now. And that gives you huge confidence going into a huge road trip. In case you somehow forgot, the Angels have tomorrow off, and then they travel to Baltimore for 3 against the Orioles before a huge 4-game set at Yankee Stadium against the hot Yankees. And so we're going to end this show by telling you what I think would be a successful road trip. Without a doubt, if you go 4-3 on this road trip, it is a success. You would leave that road trip at Andres, yeah, I agree. He says Big Mike is super crazy. You're sick. Yeah, I know. That's why I couldn't believe I said it. But um, Brian does bring up a good point. Strickland has been very good. You got to make sure you give him his credit, and that is absolutely true. Dave T saying the whole pen has been amazing compared to what we are used to. The main thing with the Angels is right now it's pretty simple. You separate things into three buckets: your lineup, your starters, and your bullpen. Right now, two of three have been good just about every game, right? Whether it's a game like today, the starter was decent, and the lineup was good, bullpen was okay, but even then, you got some help from Reid Detmers, right? There's been games with huge scoring outputs where the starter was not good at all, but our bullpen was able to be clutch late, and the lineup was great. There's games where the bullpen and starters were both amazing, and the lineup wasn't great, and he still got the win, right? Two of the three aspects are usually good in every single game right now, and that's what you love to see. Um, the only question is what is a successful road trip for these 7 games? 4-3. If you're 4-3, huge success. I'm not talking, oh, it's a decent, no, huge success if you go 4-3. That means you'd be 37-37 after that difficult road trip, and then things get a little bit easier schedule wise. Right now, you're 3.5 back of the Astros. You go 4-3, I'm pretty confident you're 3 back or 2.5 back, right? You're firmly in second place right now because the Mariners are going to lose, or I guess they already did lose, right? So you got to get through those. And then you have a massive, 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 massive homestand where you get 3 against the Astros, where legitimately first place in the AL West could be on the line. Then you've got 3 at home against the Red Sox, a series you just won. And then you've got 3 against the Nationals, a very winnable series as well. So if you can go 4-3 in the next 7 and set up a mammoth series against the Astros, whether we, sweep the Astros or get swept by the Astros, we'll worry about that when we get there. But for now, the opportunity to have a series as big, as important as that one against the Astros could be if you just go 4-3 or maybe even 3-4, right? If you just have a respectable road trip, these next 7, you're going to make that series against the Astros huge. If you go 1-6 and then you're 34-40 going into that trip against or that series against the Astros, it doesn't feel as important, right? So let's get at least 3. I would be thrilled if we got 4 of these next 7 to set up that huge series against the Astros. And I will say, just throwing it in there before we end the show, there's a decent chance I could be at one of those games at the Big A Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Would love to finally be able to meet you guys. I know I've been throwing it out there. Things have been crazy in so many aspects of my life. I've been in the Bay Area more than I thought, funerals coming up, stuff like that. But hoping to finally make that trip to the Big A to see you guys then. If not, we will make it happen this summer. I promise you that. But with all that being said, we're going to wrap this one up. Angels 6, A's 5, 6-5, thanks to a 6-run 6th inning. Feels great that the Angels sweep the A's. The Angels have now won. I mean, let's not forget about it. The Angels have won 7 of their last 9 games, right? 7 of their last 9, just that one loss to the Sox, that one loss to the Mariners. But other than that, they have won 7 of their last 9, and they're setting up a huge road trip and then a huge homestand. This could be this month of June could really make or break the Angels season. And I'm feeling really good about the team and just how they're playing and the energy around this team right now. So we're going to wrap this one up. Have a great rest of your Wednesday and enjoy game 3 of the finals. I'm going to enjoy it with my friends. And then we'll be back here on Friday. Enjoy Thursday. And we'll be back here Friday to open up that huge, huge, huge road trip. Take care. Appreciate you guys so much. Huge crowd, despite it not even being 5 p.m. yet on a Wednesday. Appreciate it so much. Make sure to like the stream, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you back here Friday night. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. And go Angels.